So as y'all know, I'm Big Country, and this is my Uncle Darnell. Say hello, Uncle Darnell.
Hello.
Hello. That is great. And I am Devin, Big Country, as you know. And you know what I'm wondering why? You know what? Do you want to know why I'm Big Country? Because I'm big and I'm country as H to the E to the LLL. Okay, so here, let's get it in. As you know, NC State beat East Carolina 21-20. North Carolina beat App State 63-61. So the crazy thing about it is, when they were playing, when them two teams were playing, they had it where like they were down like 14, like the East Carolina Appalachian State. Then they came back. North Carolina was down 14 too, but they came back. They somehow couldn't get the job done quick, which means they lost by East Carolina lost to NC State by 1 point, all because the kicker had missed an extra point at first, and then he couldn't make the field goal. And then, as you know, North Carolina beat App State 63-61. But that game was a high-scoring game in Boone, North Carolina. As you know, the Boone Doom. But either way, North Carolina won. That's all that matters for them. NC State won. So technically, North Carolina and NC State both won as a Carolina teams. And then you had the App State and East Carolina, who are both North Carolina teams. But unfortunately, they're the smaller FBS North Carolina teams. And as you know, that's how that went down. Now Texas A&M is 17-0, but it's still delayed. It's been delayed for like 3 hours now. Wet rain delay. So I don't know when they're gonna play that. But when we go here, I'll make sure to tell you about that game later on. Mississippi State Memphis comes on. Cincinnati Arkansas game is on. And then, you know, Ohio State and Notre Dame play. And then, you know, why I keep saying that, you know. And then, you know, whoever else plays tonight. Ole Miss Troy is on. And that's about it for the schedule. But like I said, let me tell you something about Georgia this, Georgia that. Georgia, I got Georgia is on my mind. Well, Georgia sure wasn't on my mind. But now they got to whoop everybody all the time. I mean, they are up 21-3, and of course, Bo Nix with his sucky self. I mean, I knew he always so he couldn't even beat Georgia. He lost to Georgia 21-14, 34-10, and 27-6. If that don't explain how sucky of a quarterback he is, and he will not go to the NFL, then I do not know what the heck will. Because that man, when you see his Auburn highlights, he was horrible. He would try to act like Johnny Manziel, but he ain't no Johnny Manziel. Because if he was Johnny Manziel, he would do it all the time. It would be easy for him. But it wasn't. He did it 1 or 2 games, and then look at what he did. So, but either way, I got my Georgia friend right here.
That's right.
You know, he's a Georgia fan, and I just want the Dogs to always stop whooping people. Just give my team a little courtesy. Say, yeah, I know my team ain't doing, but just give them a little leeway. They trying to develop in the mind. So, but your team obviously doesn't develop in the mind because they just went to the national championship last year, beat Alabama 34-18, and now they got to play Alabama again. So, what do you think?
Or is it playing Alabama?
Or no, Georgia. What do you think about Georgia? Period, because you know Georgia's winning.
I think we'll see Alabama again in the SEC championship.
Yeah, and in probably the national championship. And the reason why I think y'all see both of them that time because it's like usually when you're around the 1-3 zone, if Alabama's number 1, Georgia's 3. Let's say Georgia loses, you're likely going to drop down to the number 4 spot.
Right.
And then Alabama, or let's say Alabama loses, they'll still be around 3. Georgia will be around whatever they are, and they'll still be playing for it. So that's why I think. Now I think Ohio State has a good chance of beating them, but I just want to say the Georgia schedule is mediocre. It's very mediocre because I mean Georgia, everybody they can literally beat everybody on their school. Florida wasn't good last year. Auburn ain't good last year. They ain't even got Texas A&M. They ain't even got Ole Miss. They ain't even got LSU. They ain't even got the SEC West teams, but they got the SEC East teams, one of the suckiest of them all. So
South Carolina and Tennessee gonna surprise people this year.
South Carolina got Spencer Rattler. Yes, I know he's transferred from Oklahoma, but that does not mean nothing. And let me tell you something about Tennessee. Tennessee, okay, but if Tennessee is gonna shock everybody this year or be all right, then beat Georgia then. That should say it all.
That's what they have to do to shock everybody. But they'll be a pretty good team.
I think they'll be mediocre and average.
That would be, to me, Georgia's toughest regular season game. Tennessee.
I think the toughest is the SEC championship game.
Well, that's a championship game, but regular season, Tennessee.
Regular season, I'm going to say nobody. Nobody. That's what Keith Sweat said one time. That's what he brings to my mind. Nobody can beat Georgia. Everybody sucks. That's why they got the easiest schedule. Yeah, but either way, what else you got for the day? What else you want to talk about? You know, Ohio State, Notre Dame, you want to throw a little bit on that?
I think Ohio State gonna kill Notre Dame.
Me too. I said by 2 touchdowns.
You being kind. I say 3 score.
Yeah, because Notre Dame, the thing is, they ain't like what it used to be. When Notre Dame had Lou Holtz as the head coach, when they had, well, of course, Brian Kelly, but he sucked as a head coach because he could never beat the big teams. But when you had Lou Holtz and Newt Rockne, or whatever his name is, that's when Notre Dame was a powerhouse. Now Notre Dame is a sour house. They're sour, they play sour, and they look sour. Just looking at all them colors. Can't even beat Clemson for a change. Can't even beat Ohio State probably for a change. Can't even beat Alabama for a change. How's you a better? Technically, you've been a better program than Clemson, and Clemson leads the series on you. How does that just sound? That just sounds worst of them all. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Anything else you would like to touch on?
I think you covered it all.
Oh yeah, I think I did. And as y'all know, NFL season starts Thursday night. Bills-Rams. You got Von Miller playing his former Rams team. I wonder how that can go. I put my money on the Bills. Then you got Saints-Falcons week 1. I'm playing with the Saints on that one. And whoever else you got. So the NFL schedule is likely going to be good. You're going to be having Joe Burrow doing all the things he can do. Acting he's just like a white man magic. And Cooper Kupp and whoever else comes into the mind of the NFL, white people. But either way, I just wanted to say, yeah, that's about it. I'll talk to you about these games, some of these games next week and what comes on next week, and then I'll have it all for you. So either way, I wanted to say, love y'all. Thank you.